Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Sociedad nil, Real Madrid 1. Once again, Real Madrid somehow finds a way to win, and this has been a story that we have not seen in a long time. You know, even the season, last season, the season before, there were games where Real Madrid lost that they didn't play well, but they were not able to find the ability to win games like we have done this season. Like we have been able to hold on to these sort of results and these sort of games. Like we've been able to get the 3 points, although we're not playing that well. And certainly that has been the case. You look at the last few games. This game against Real Sociedad, no, we didn't play well. El Clasico, did we play well? No, we didn't play well. Mallorca away, did we play well? No, we didn't play well. But even Man City, did we play well? No. Defensively, yes, but when you talk about going forward, including, no. But guess what? All these games that I've mentioned have all resulted in wins. And as I've said before, and I will say again, I would rather Real Madrid play, you know, poorly, give us a 4 or 5 out of 10, but get the 3 points, get the results, and end up, obviously, winning La Liga, maybe winning the Champions League, who knows. Then play a 10 every single game, play incredibly well, but lose basically a game every single day, basically, every single game. Look, the performance, the style of play, the system, the personnel all have to improve. We know that. You're not going to be able to get away with this for a long-term solution. But as of now, when you don't have a proper number 9, you're relying on Joselu, who is a good team player, who is a good squad player, but is not a main starter for Real Madrid worthy. When you have got a team that have come through with 2 centre backs and a keeper injured, you've got a team with, young players coming through. It's going to not gel immediately. You're not going to get the 100% from everyone. You expect to get 100% from your leaders, your experienced players. I'm talking Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Nacho, Carvajal, even Rudiger. You know, these sort of players who have the experience, and have the character to win, to lead, totally cool. But you have also got players like Arda Güler, who are younger. Bellingham, yes, he talks very maturely. Yes, he's a mature person and player, but he's still young. Even Tromene, Camavinga, Fede Valverde, these are young players that you have to gel into this team. And when I look at the first season with everyone together, considering that this upcoming summer you could still get Mbappe, you add Mbappe into the mix. We know Mbappe don't need time to gel. We know that he's arguably the best player in the whole world at his absolute best. You add Mbappe with these players who will have another season together, who would have had already a season together, and then you can see a better team, a better performance, games where Real Madrid can actually play better. But what Ancelotti has done with a thinner squad than he had last season, let's be honest, he doesn't have a striker like Benzema anymore. That is very, very big. Yes, he might have brought in Bellingham and a couple more arrivals, but a player like Karim Benzema is always going to be hard to replace. Let's be honest. And for him to have worked with arguably a weaker squad than he did, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, is absolutely incredible. And that shows you that Ancelotti is the best man manager in the world at the moment. You know, he might not be the best tactical coach. You could say that Pep Guardiola, Klopp, these are the kind of guys who are better at implementing the style that they want to play to their team. And that is why when you play for Man City, you know, you have to follow his system. When you play for Liverpool, you have to follow Klopp's system. You know, you have to be able to play in their way, in the system, to play for these teams. Whereas for Real Madrid, you have to be, of course, a good player, we know that, but you have to be able to fight. You have to be able to lead. You have to be a leader. You have to be a fighter. And I think that that's what we've seen. That's what Ancelotti has been able to get out of these players. And these players are not players that, at least some of them, are not players that you expect to, play and put up such amazing games and stats, right? I mean, I'm looking at Joselu. He's had a decent season for his standards. I'm looking at Brahim Diaz. Not played a lot, but when he has played, has done really well. I'm looking at, obviously, we know Lucas Vasquez. He's the same Lucas Vasquez as always. These are the kind of players that will come in clutch when you need them to. And that is something that every team wants, but not every team have that kind of players and leaders in the team. So, absolutely delighted with that. Did Real Sociedad dominate? In a sense, yes, but 9 shots to 5, only 14 shots in 90 minutes shows you that that's about a shot every 6 or 7 minutes. Shows you that it's a very, very tight game. Both defenses were very, very solid. 3 shots on target each. They had more of the ball, but you know what? That's expected because they have a very good team. They are obviously a team that should be fighting in around the top 5, top 6 zone. I wouldn't say top 4 because I think that's a little bit too much. But this is a good side. They're playing at home. They've got the home fans to back them up. And Real Madrid going away yet again, unbeaten since January, unbeaten in La Liga since September. Absolutely incredible. And this is the kind of game you want to be playing before you go into a game like Bayern Munich. Get the team into that feeling. And it's great as well that Arda Güler scored. We'll get onto that in just a sec. Because now everyone will be fighting. Everyone will be thinking, great, we won. Arda Güler is finally here. He's scoring goals. The full team's fit. We are, obviously the suspension of Tchouaméni is now gone. We've got everyone back. Militao's back. Courtois might not be back, but, he's close. Maybe the second leg Courtois will be back. But Lunin is playing so well. The defense, Rudiger is playing so well. Lucas Vasquez has been playing well as well. You got the midfield. Valverde is an engine. Bellingham has been one of the best players in the world. Vinicius Junior, can cook. Rodrigo can cook. When you have add in all these circumstances, Real Madrid will be heading into that game against Bayern Munich as favourites. But do we want that? No. No, we don't want to be favourites. Please put us as the underdogs, because genuinely, we like to prove people wrong, and that's all I'm gonna say. But of course, the first leg is away in Munich at Bavaria. Absolutely excited for that one. But let's talk about the game. The only goal of the game coming from Arda Güler. I mean, can I just say as well, what a pass that was from Tchouaméni to Carvajal. Incredible. And then Carvajal, always putting up, these sort of assists out of nowhere. It's a good ball in. I have no idea what Real Sociedad were doing at the back. There were 3 of them in the box that could have blocked the cross or blocked the cross from even coming in the first place. They didn't. And Arda Güler as well is left unmarked. It's a simple finish. You could say it's a tap in. But it's great for Arda Güler to score that goal. It's absolutely incredible. It's a huge momentum boost as well. And I just want to say one thing. Please just keep Arda Güler. Let's not send him out on loan because I personally do not believe that a player like him needs to go out on loan. And I've seen people saying, but you know what Brahim Diaz did? Go on loan to Milan. Look at where Brahim Diaz is now. I'm not saying he's a bad player because he's a good squad player as well. But Arda Güler's potential, we are talking Mesut Ozil. We are talking at that level. Is Brahim Diaz right now at Mesut Ozil's level? No. I think that if you send Arda Güler out on loan for 2 to 3 seasons, he comes back at 21, 22, you've got still the same squad, in fact maybe even a bigger squad with more players in. You've got Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Valverde. These are players fighting in similar positions as Arda Güler. And they've all already established themselves as Real Madrid, you know, good players for Real Madrid for the last 2 to 3 years. Arda Güler is going to come back and be like, remember me? The guy who went to, flipping, I can't remember the team, Florentina, and had a great 2 year spell, but you guys have won another Champions League, 2 more La Ligas, 2 more Copa del Reys, and now I'm coming back to warm the bench, it seems, and eventually he'll get sold for profit, he'll get sold for 50 million, and he'll never be heard of again. That is not what we want. We want to develop Arda Güler. We are having a good players like Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, who are going to develop and establish themselves together. And if you want Arda Güler to be part of that, he has to develop and establish himself with those players. You cannot say, okay, now you're gonna go somewhere else, and then we hope that by the time you come back, you can just somehow miraculously rejoin this group. It just doesn't work that way. And you can see, no one thinks Brahim Diaz is that young player who could have been, the best attacking midfielder in the world anymore. Although he's a good player, he isn't the best number 10 in the world, and no one will think Brahim Diaz will be the best number 10 in the world. So, I think Arda Güler can hit ridiculous levels if you give this player 2 to 3 years time to gel, to establish, to work with this team, this group of players together. And obviously there is the point of could they obviously not like each other as teammates because they're competing for the same position? No, this is a team game. And a player like Bellingham, he wouldn't be hating or disliking Arda Güler for being a good player. No, in fact that's what good teams want. The more good players you can have in a team, the better it will be. And I think that Arda Güler's potential is to the ceiling, and you have to develop. You have to let him establish himself. If it doesn't work out in 2 to 3 years time, or even 4 years time, you can look back and say, we have tried. This could well have been Eden Hazard 2.0, but you know what? He can now go to flipping Fiorentina or Milan or whoever. Fair enough. But give him time. He's only 19. You have to give him time. Is he even 19? Is he 18 or is it 19? I mean, he's 19. He's 19. So, yep. But starting 11 wise, Kepa I thought played pretty well, made a couple of big saves. I personally didn't expect him to start, but fair enough. Fran Garcia, I did expect him to start, although of course I had Mendy in my starting 11, but I did say that Mendy might be out and Fran Garcia will most likely start. Started, I thought he played pretty well. Carvajal obviously got the assist, played well. The duo of Militao and Nacho, which I predicted. Good to see, obviously Rudiger get as much rest as he can. Obviously he did come on at the end, but Militao back full 90 minutes, incredible. Tchouaméni and Modric. Tchouaméni with a great pre-assist for the goal. Modric once again, 38 years old, playing well. Dani Ceballos, I didn't even notice he started. That's how quiet he was. I'm not trying to say anything, man, but I think it's the end for Dani Ceballos. No one really talks about him these days. When you've got a midfield of Cruz who's staying, Camavinga, Valverde, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and then you add in Brahim Diaz, Arda Güler, Modric, who could stay. Dani Ceballos is not going to get anywhere near the starting team at least. Brahim Diaz, quiet. Arda Güler, man of the match. And Joselu as well, man. I did obviously know his presence because, obviously he's big and he's tall and whatever, but I just thought that Joselu was not that influential for this game. Vinicius Jr. came on, Camavinga came on, Fede Valverde came on, Lucas Vasquez came on, and Rudiger came on. Bellingham and Cruz both getting 90 minutes of rest, which is good. And obviously, Rodrigo got swapped with Bellingham for this game. So, highly likely Rodrigo obviously had a bit of a problem. I think it was an illness. I think he'll be back for that Bayern Munich game. Bellingham, obviously fully fit and fresh. Vinicius Jr. obviously not got involved in a lot. As well the midfield, Fede Valverde, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, all should be fine. I can't wait for that Bayern Munich game. I'm just saying. But didn't talk about Real Sociedad at all this whole time. Some things to say. Obviously, they got 2 goals disallowed. The first one, I don't think personally that was a disallow. I think that Tchouaméni obviously gets, quotation, fouled. But I think it was really soft. And obviously it worked for us, so I'm not really going to complain. But, Kubo, hard down by. And the second goal was clear off anyways. Marino shot went straight to Oyarzabal, who scored, but it was clear offside. And Real Sociedad, look, they are still, 6th? They could be tied for 6th with Real Betis if Real Betis beat Sevilla in obviously the Seville derby, as they obviously they're both from Seville, but they will most likely finish in European positions, maybe the Europa League, maybe the Conference League, but they'll be good. They've got good players as well, and that's what we expected coming into this game. It was going to be a tight. It's going to be an even game, and it was. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hit the like instead, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.